All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I think something's going on with the computer. Everything's running really slow. I should have shut it down and restarted. I'm sorry, yeah. I think I'm gonna shut it down and restart it because I can't. Hold on, let me see. What if I do this? Boom. What if I just quit that? Boom, and then restart it. Go here. I'm giving people a chance to get in too, but okay, there we go. There we go. All right. All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Oh, do I have to change the name? It's like 6 o'clock. Do I have to change the name to the evening experiment? We'll stick with it for now. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm tired. I was going to be here yesterday, but then he gave us the homework and it was extensive. So I had to knock out the homework. And I ended up still working on homework. It was like, 12:54. And I was like, I need to go to sleep. So I have homework today as well. It's not as extensive. I can do that in a little bit. I hope everybody's doing good. Y'all know I'm still having my own little personal battles with people about this whole nonsensical brawl that happened downtown. Of course, we still want justice. And all justice means to me in this instance is I saw a lot of people hitting people. I didn't just see black people hitting people. And so I want to see more than just black people arrested. As well as I've seen this on a few different platforms and a few people have said it, but y'all can find everybody who punched somebody, but y'all can't find nobody who killed nobody. Like, y'all can, they found somebody in Atlanta, Georgia? Or at least in Georgia. I can't say it was Atlanta. In Georgia? Because he might have socked somebody. But y'all can't solve that's not true. They solve crimes. But there are a lot of unsolved crimes. We can talk about a brawl for 2-3 weeks, probably a month. I know it hasn't been a month yet. I'm just saying it's not dying down. We can talk about a brawl for a month, but let somebody get killed. Since the brawl happened, there's been at least 2 mass shootings that I know about, and it didn't even really break through in Cincinnati. Y'all, this is not about a brawl. This is not about crime in Cincinnati. But before I get into all of that, oh, hold on. I had to post this. Hold on, I had to paste it in here again so that everybody can see. People send me all kind of messages. This one is very tame, but I just wanted y'all to see it. It'll pop up on the screen, even if it doesn't pop up in your platform. Randy Barrett says only the lowest, and I mean lowest trash human would condone or even excuse what happened to that woman. Of course, by that woman, he's talking about the white lady. I hope you get the karma you deserve. Let me tell you, these guys get vitriolic. Like I said, that was tame. I've been called a Of course, the N word. A savage, an animal. I lose track after a while. I lose track. I get called so much stuff. And you know what they get mad at? Because y'all done heard me. I haven't excused anything. I haven't condoned or excused anything. My whole thing is hold everybody accountable. See, I haven't said, hey, those black people should not be arrested. I really haven't heard anybody say that. I'm not saying no one has said it, but I haven't heard that. I'm saying everybody involved should be arrested. If you're arresting some, arrest all. I'm saying white people should be held accountable for their actions as well. That's called accountability. That's all I've advocated for. And because of that, I've been a monkey, a savage, an animal, trash, lowlife, and, any other thing that they thought could get me. Because you know what? One of the things that I realized through this, I realized it a while ago, but y'all know me. I just kind of like back and forth. The one thing that I realized is I don't care what they say. They think those words have power. Those words don't have power over me. And I realize, you say, hey, because on a response to something, I said, actually on a couple of things, but I said, maybe somebody should advise Holly to not get involved in street brawls. It's reasonable. It's reasonable to suggest that, if you see a street brawl going on, don't get involved. And then somebody, your mama, what if that was your mama? I don't think my mama would have been involved in a street brawl. Now, my mama was known to, body slam a person or two, but it wasn't no street brawl. That was some one-on-one stuff. You try to do something to her kids and her niece, she gonna handle business. She gonna protect her kids and her niece. Just period. But my mama would not be out there involved in no drunken street brawl. So it wouldn't have been my mama. I'm pretty sure my sisters, I can't really say for my daughter. Sometimes she surprised me. I don't think she would. But every once in a while she surprised me. She called me like, Daddy, you know what just happened? I'd be like, why was you involved? I don't know. Little girl. So I'm going to do better, Daddy. Okay. So I can't say with 100% certain. The stuff she be talking about, it'd be stuff I just don't like. She ain't, to my knowledge, been involved in no street brawl. In my mind, if my daughter was down there and saw a street brawl breaking out, she would have left. At the very least, took some steps back and watched from a distance. But I think she would have left. So you don't involve yourself in street brawls. But none of them could say, you're right. She shouldn't have been involved in that street brawl. Nobody was willing to say. They got every reason in the world why those animals should be locked up. I didn't argue against the term animals. I didn't argue that they shouldn't be locked up. I just reiterate the point that she shouldn't have been involved in no street brawl. Because, of course, there is a level of accountability. If you're not there brawling, you probably don't get socked in the eye. But she didn't get arrested. Well, she white. But I didn't even say. Somebody said, well, if you take race out of it, I said, I never put race in it. All I said was this lady should not have been involved in a street brawl. You don't like her because she's white. I didn't say I don't like her. And I didn't say nothing about her race. I said she shouldn't have been involved in a street brawl. That's it. And it's not shocking to me that nobody of the other racial persuasion in that particular comment thread said, you're right. She shouldn't have been involved in a street brawl. They got excuses for days. And it brings me to the point, like I don't necessarily want us to be like them. I want us to, just be good. But I want us to understand some simple principles. They don't run around condemning their own. I've seen more posts from black people about how bad the black people were down there, which I'm not saying that they wasn't. Just socking people, that's wrong. But they never add what the white people who was down there did. I've seen a couple of posts, I have to be honest. I have seen a couple of posts by, some Caucasian men, like, look, they went down there looking for trouble and they found it. But I would say that, and again, this is just the post that I've seen, easily outnumber, black people bashing black people, outnumber white people bashing white people, like 20-1. Easy. Somebody might say, well, Emanuel, you have to look at the sample size and, it might be 20-1 in terms of the people that you following. You might have a point there. My daughter, I love you too, little girl. And I said, I believe you will walk away. I just can't say with 100% certainty. You surprise me every now and then. Jay says, who cares about this lady? Jay, that's actually one of the points that I'm making. This is actually not about that lady. And I get your point. I get your point that there's other things to talk about. I get your point. But I think it's important because apparently, if you've been paying attention, there are a lot of, and now I'm speaking specifically about black people, there's a lot of black people who don't realize that this is not about a fight. This is not about safety in Cincinnati. This is about who people care about and who people want to vilify, among other things. And you add to it, not you, Jay, but you add to it, people, when you're doing nothing but condemning the black people. And there's a lot of, again, I keep telling y'all, these so-called conservative, want to be successful, black people. Y'all know that frustrates me. Y'all know that frustrates me. I don't know. There's a part of me that just wants everybody to look at everything from the lens of the people who were wrong should be held accountable. Black people ain't worse than white people ain't worse than black people. All of that stuff. Wrong is wrong, no matter who's doing it. Nat says, I heard today that a slap is not an assault. Oh, I heard a few days ago that a slap ain't even really a hit. I don't know who said a slap is not an assault, but I heard that a slap is not even a hit. But a lot of things are being exposed to people who want to see it. Because to me, that's the story. If you want to, and again, I'm not surprised by any of this. I'm not surprised by what happened. Who did what. I'm not surprised by, who so-called started it. I'm not surprised that people feel like it's okay to do things to people and call people names and all of that kind of stuff. I'm not surprised that only a certain group of people are getting arrested. Like I said, the way that the news is covering it, the way that some city leaders are dealing with it. None of this surprises me. But there are certain people who are, looking at stuff and they're like, they're saying stuff I don't agree with. I was going to say some other stuff, but I'm like, Sierra says Phil Heimlich said that on Nathan Ivey's show. Again, they're gonna figure out ways to excuse the it's wild to me that people are like, how can you excuse that behavior while excusing bad behavior? We just have to realize it. We have to see it. We have to recognize it and, see that that's how it is. Like, I realize it is what it is. I try not to let them get me off of my point because it's easy. It's easy to be pulled off your point. Hey, don't get involved in street brawls. You're an animal. Oh, what makes me an animal? You are racist. And then, you lose the point. Now nobody's talking about accountability. Everybody's talking about whether calling somebody an animal or a savage is racist and whether it makes the person who said it racist. And then no one's talking about accountability. That's why I just keep bringing it back to, it sounds super simple and even silly. But why are you downtown involved in a street brawl? Maybe don't go downtown and involve yourself in a street brawl. And of course, again, the point is, let's hold everybody accountable. Let's hold everybody accountable. But I don't know. That's about all I have to say about that. To be completely honest, I don't truly expect to see any white people charged. And if somebody does get charged, it's going to be whatever the lowest level misdemeanor, disorderly conduct or something like that. And then they won't even be convicted of that. They'll, do some sort of a deal where that is scrubbed from their record and they're able to go on about their business doing the same thing over and over. Sometimes I see stuff like this just as an opportunity for us to see what side everybody is on. Not them two, but to see, where do you stand? Where do you stand? What do you believe? How does your mind process this stuff that's going on? For the most part, most of us, we all know, how, when I saw the video and they were like, oh, it's going viral, I was like, I know how this is going to go down. I haven't been wrong so far. Now, maybe I'll be wrong and tomorrow it'll be a mug shot of a Caucasian guy and a white lady. I'm not going to hold my breath for that. But, you really do get to see how people are processing information, how people are making excuses. Why are you posting a picture of that lady? You know what I'm saying? On your page. Like, we got a black eye. Now, she got a black eye. We ain't got a black eye. And when I saw, I got to be honest. When I saw Fame posting that picture, I saw a few other people, but I know Fame be on this platform from time to time. When I saw Fame post that picture, I'm like, that's what I heard when I saw the picture. I heard him saying, we got a black eye, ma'am. Like, now she got a black eye. But I don't know. It gives you insight. Some people are still waiting for the police to tell them what happened, even though they saw a video. They're waiting for the investigation to be done. You don't know. The police ain't even finished investigating. They ain't told us what happened yet. You saw the video. Why do you have such faith in the police? But again, this is the same stuff that we've been seeing. Police kill a black man and they tell you he had a gun, and they show you the fuzziest body cam video in the history of body cam video, and they said he had a gun, so you believe he had a gun. He had a gun. What they supposed to do? He had a gun. You didn't see a gun, did you? They said he had a gun. Why would the police say he had a gun if he didn't have a gun? Because they killed him. Yes, KILT, they killed him. And they have to excuse that. So they say he had a gun. And there are people who just blindly believe the police. Of course, until it happens to them. Now, when it happens to them, my cousin was just minding his own business in his backyard, and the police just came and arrested him. Why? They said, so it must be true if they said it. Oh, when they say it about everybody else, it's true, but when it happened to somebody you know, it ain't true. There are people who just buy whatever. They sold it to me, I bought it. And DeAndre said, would you consider that psychological warfare on the black community if the Russian is not charged? I consider it. First, I don't know if the person is Russian. They might be. They might not. I don't know. But if that person is not arrested, this whole thing I consider psychological warfare. This whole thing. I don't think it's just, I think the way it's covered, because I really do believe that the mainstream media here in Cincinnati is a huge part of the problem here in Cincinnati. I think the way they report on things that happen in and around Cincinnati creates a lot of problems, creates a lot of mindsets. They know they're programming people. They know that they're telling people what to think and what to feel and what to believe. They know it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They know what they're doing. and they still do it. So I think they're a big part of the problem. They're participating in this psychological warfare. I'm not a history buff at all. At all. But, I watch stuff. I pay attention to stuff. And there's certain stuff that I pick up on that's not said a lot, even though it's said kind of enough for us to recognize it, but people don't really think about it. Like, I was watching a show about Walt Disney, not the person, the company. And they were talking about, Mickey Mouse. The story was about them remaking one of those Mickey Mouse shorts, and they did it like a frame by frame remake from when it was black and white to, they made it in color. But they only did one ever. They only ever did one of them like that. And they were in this show, they were kind of exploring, number one, the process that they went through, why they did it, and why they only did one. It was, a relatively interesting little mini documentary. One of the things that they kind of pointed out, as to maybe why they only did one, is it about the time that they did it, World War II was kind of picking up, the U.S. was involved in it. And so one of the things that the Walt Disney Company was involved in was creating propaganda films. Using the media to create propaganda is a old, tried and true trick. So when I see, your Tricia Mackeys and, hear and I pay attention to as much as I can. I have to admit, I haven't watched as much coverage as because I've been busy. But I pay attention to the way the media is covering all of this stuff. I'm like, they know what they doing. This ain't accidental. This ain't because the bosses said this. This is one of those things where when you're a part of the media, and it's not even something that's kind of told to you unless you really push back, and then it's still not told to you, you're just told to be different than you are. It's suggested, and I could imagine they might actually tell them, on other platforms, they might actually tell them, this is the agenda that we're pushing. Because, to a large degree, black media, a lot of times, is smaller media. And if you are, if you're an independent thinker, you're somebody who don't buy into all of the propaganda, you're somebody who questions everything, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But they think there's something wrong with that. And you would imagine that in that space, that wouldn't be the case. Like, hold on. We're black media. Why am I getting pushback for asking about questions and people who stereotype black people and people who don't tell whole truths and all of that kind of stuff? Why am I getting pushback for that? Because you would think that wouldn't happen, but it does. It does happen. And the pushback ain't always, I have to say every once in a while it is, look, this is the narrative we pushing. You either get on board or you get off the ship. Sometimes that is the case. But a lot of times it's much more subtle. Like, y'all know how, you hear people like, white people are like, oh, he's so aggressive. Oh, she's so angry. Oh, this, that. Even when you work in black media, you have black people who otherwise you would be like, you know what I'm saying? This is a person who, because you will hear a black person tell a story about working in white media, being classified as an angry black woman. And then not too long after that, that person who was once classified as an angry black woman is telling you, don't say that because that make you seem like an angry black man. And me, I was always like, I am an angry black man. When I think about that stuff, I am an angry black man. I don't think that detracts from the point at all. Because I'm not trying to get my message received by the people that told you was an angry black woman. I'm trying to get my message received by people who've been told you're an angry black woman. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you get told, hey, you know, when you interview this person, can you be extra nice to them? You're like, well, I'll be professional, but I got questions. Do you really have to ask those questions? Can't you just be nice? That's not outright saying, hey, don't bring that up. But it's kind of saying, hey, do you really have to bring that up? So all of this stuff is all, it's, I pay attention to it is really all I'm saying. I pay attention, I understand propaganda, and it is warfare. Propaganda is warfare. Shaping the minds of the people, in this particular case of the city of Cincinnati and its surrounding areas, to believe that black people are the danger in going downtown, and if you go downtown, you're gonna be attacked, and you know black people are bad, and black people got black people are animals, and you know black people are gonna do something to you. That's warfare. That's psychological warfare. And everybody know, all the smart people know who you don't even really have to be smart. Everybody know who pay attention. Everybody who pays attention to movements and things like that understand that one of the things that you have to do is win the minds of the masses. If you win the mind of the masses, you can, you know, get them to flow your way. Everybody understands that. It is definitely psychological warfare. Non-stop psychological warfare. I know, well, not everybody. I know a lot of y'all remember that I had a conversation with a black lady in Cincinnati who believed that white people don't commit crime. And one of the reasons that she gave was, I don't see it on the news. And I know you're thinking, that's just one lady. And true, that was just one lady. But there's a whole lot of people out there like that. There's a whole lot of people out there who I don't see it on the news, so it ain't real. I don't see white people robbing white people on the news, so it ain't real. I don't see white people killing white people on the news, so it ain't real. I don't see white people as the face of poverty, so they're not. It's not real. I don't see white people as the face of entitlement programs, as they call them. So they're not. They're not the face of it. So they're not really, you might have one or two here or there, but, black people are taking up all of our resources. Why? Why you say that? Because when they talking about poor people and people on welfare, they made that, black people. It's consistent warfare. And they don't see it on the news. Therefore, it's not real. So they don't let up. Yes, definitely psychological warfare. Definitely. And again, even in these conversations, one of the things that was said to me repeatedly, and trust me, I'm out there, and I'm really kind of about done with it, but I'm out there on, I think, 4 or 5 different little posts and threads and stuff. And I've heard, I don't know how many times, a grand jury said that they're accountable. That's almost the same as, the police said it, so it's true. It's like, a grand jury said it, so, she hasn't been arrested, so she didn't do anything wrong. Like, come on. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. But that's how some people, not all people, some people actually function off of that. There are large swaths of the population who don't experience a lot of things. They go based on what they see on TV and what they hear, on radio or on the internet or whatever, and how those people are painted, that they're hearing those contrary positions. And I want to scream, I'm not going to scream, but I want to scream to them that you're not getting the full story really from anybody. I'm just one of the people who'll tell you I don't have the full story. But a lot of people, put it out there like, they got the full story. Ernest says, damn sure made them the face of fentanyl, called it a terrible tragedy. And that, again, that's part of the psychological warfare. You get hooked on fentanyl with your black ass, you irresponsible, you brought it on yourself, just say no, you should have known better, just throw them away and, throw them in jail and throw away the key and all of that kind of stuff. Oh, wait a minute, hold on, we got a problem. Hey, everybody, we have an epidemic and we really have to come together to do something about it. That stuff don't just happen. Some of that stuff is about the way it's presented. But again, you've been shaping the minds of the people to, like in this case, you participate in a street brawl and you get knocked the F out. She's a victim. He's a victim. They're victims. They're animals. Victims? Animals. Hold on. But they was all out there fighting. Somebody won. But they was all out there fighting. Well, they're victims. Now, y'all know when it go the other way, you're not a victim. If you're the one who lost, you're not a victim. These people overcame. They overcame. And you ain't had no business being in the position that you were in. You got yourself into this. You're responsible. And I know most of y'all know this. I pay attention. I try to pay attention to everybody and the stuff that they say and the way that they're covering it and all of that kind of stuff. Like I was on Lincoln's thing one day. Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? I said I was on Lincoln's thing. I don't like that. I'm retracting that. I was on Lincoln's live stream. I was not on Lincoln's thing. I was on Lincoln Ware's live stream. I think that was yesterday. And finally, they were saying, hey, until this person gets arrested, we're not letting this go. I'm like, why wasn't that the message from day one? That should have been the message from day one. Why do you have to come around to that? I want y'all to know something is wrong with y'all. Something is wrong with y'all. But yeah, you shouldn't have to come around to that. Ibadathia said, the way I seen the brawl, it was a white against a black. If the black don't win, we all jump in. And again, I haven't seen everything. I don't know what happened before. I can imagine what happened before, just kind of based on the way people are and the things that, people do. So I could kind of imagine what happened before. But I mean, for real, the truth of the matter is, this ain't gonna go down well, but it's true. The truth of the matter is, black people really been conditioned to not mess with white people. Black people typically don't just, hey, we downtown, there's some white people, get them. Like, y'all know, I told y'all, and I'm sure some of y'all know, if y'all go over there, you can see there's a clear, I don't know exactly when, how, whatever, and I don't even know if it still exists in the same spot. There was a clear line of demarcation between Evanston and what is that, West Walnut Hills? I'm not sure exactly what community that is. I'm not all that good with the communities. Oakley, maybe? It ain't Oakley. But them dudes be hanging out on one side of the street, doing all kind of nonsense, but they will not cross the street and do the same nonsense. Because we've been conditioned, you don't go over there messing around because you'll get in trouble. So they will not cross the street to do nonsense. They just won't do it. They know better. Now, where I'm talking about is not Norwood. It's on the other side of Evanston. But they know, like, oh man, where was I? I was walking with the young lady I was dating at the time. And, I ain't no dummy. You know what I'm saying? You see certain people acting a certain way. You're like, okay. Let's just cross the street. I'm like, what's crossing the street gonna do if drama gonna happen? And she like, nah, let's just cross the street. It might be Hyde Park, I'm not sure. Nah, let's just cross the street. I didn't know this was a thing. And we crossed the street, and it was just as peaceful. And then I saw some white people walking down the street. And, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? But the people who was walking down the street on the other side of the street was getting accosted like crazy. I was like, how does this happen? How does this happen? How how are we okay on this side of the street? And she was like, look at these houses. Look at those houses. It's a little bit of a few little trees. And then look at those houses. They not going over there. They know better. Daryl say that's how it is in OTR on Vine Street. On one side of Liberty going north, the ninjas be doing all kind of S, but they won't take that S south of Vine Street, south of Liberty. For real. It's a real thing. Because they know. They've been conditioned. I'm saying all of that to say, these people, I don't know the whole story, but I have an idea that something out of the ordinary had to happen for there to be that type of a brawl. These are the type of people who can walk around drunk downtown and not be bothered by anybody. So I don't know what was said, but I imagine, now this is just me imagining, this is not what anybody, maybe not what anybody actually said, or what anybody actually thought. But I could imagine I'm drunk. I feel entitled. I get to come down here and be drunk every weekend. But this weekend, all of y'all out here, I'm drunk. I feel like I need to come and tell y'all ruining my fun. Y'all loud on the street, and I'm not used to this. And I don't want y'all in the area that I typically inhabit. And because I'm drunk, I feel really brave, and I'm going to come and say it to y'all. Some words get exchanged and, then stuff go down. All of this to answer, yes. Psychological warfare. Yes. This is a part of why they know you can't cross the street. Two people get into a brawl, one white, one black. Well, I guess if it's two people, it's not really a brawl, it's just a fight. Even if they don't hit each other, apparently. But you got two people get into a fight, and the black person suffers some consequences, and the white person just goes home and relaxes and enjoys the rest of his evening. That is definitely sending a message that, I'm sorry, it's some stuff y'all can't do. Definitely. A classy one says, you are making assumptions. I said that. That was what I said. I'm not making assumptions. I'm using my imagination. And I said clearly, I'm not saying that anyone actually said this or believed this. So if you didn't understand that, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. When I say I'm sorry, I don't mean literally I'm sorry. Really what I mean is you're sorry. I feel bad at your lack of understanding when I say I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. Jerica says, and unfortunately, there are some blacks or individuals who identify as black push the narrative that the blacks are whooping the A's of whites up and down the banks. Yeah, I mean the whole thing is crazy. Just understand when people are having conversations about this, don't think about just this. Think about all of the things that it means, which is why it's so important to some people to see, in particular, that white guy who slapped the guy, to see him being held accountable. Because it would, at least in some people's minds, it would send the message that we're not the only ones who are going to be held accountable when something happens. But the truth is, everybody knows that would take a lot of work. That would take a lot of work. And you'd be like, well, if we had a police chief, we had a black police chief who, when something like this went down, he went on the other side. A classy one says, I don't need you to feel sorry for me. That's why I feel sorry for you. I know you don't need it. But I'm giving it to you just because it is. I feel sorry for you. But when we had a black police chief doesn't change it. Black police chief doesn't change it. Y'all know, we talked about this one of the last couple times that I was on. Remember the drug deal gone bad? Somebody fires into the car. The white kids feel bad about it. None of the white kids are held accountable, but the black guy who fired the shot is held accountable. The police chief was kind of leading on that. Like, oh, those kids done been through enough. They was buying drugs and counterfeiting. Oh, they been through enough. Because he was conditioned. But I told y'all about him when he was here. I told y'all about him when y'all all still loved him. And he got mad at me on the radio and walked off that one day. Because he was filling in for... Y'all remember that? When he was filling in for Lincoln? And he would do like the first... I think it was like the first hour, maybe 2 hours of Lincoln's show. And then I would come in behind him and I would critique what he said because he was saying a lot of nonsense and BS. And then one day he was like, I know you're going to come in here and say stuff behind me. Well, why don't you say it to my face? Because people love to say that. Because I don't know why they think you won't say it to their face. I think most people don't say it to their face. I ain't never had a problem saying it to your face because what I'm saying is true. And I remember sitting there, looking him dead in his eyes, telling him, you full of S. You said this, you said this, you said this, and that don't make no sense. You part of the problem. Well, then you finished the show. And got up and left. I remember that. He was furious. Like, how dare he speak to me that way? You know, he complained about me. And again, I was told, maybe you shouldn't. I mean, he's doing us a favor coming in, doing the show. And I'm like, he ain't doing me no favor. Because at that time, we could bring people in. And at that time, I was thinking, I could easily have Zoe come in here. He ain't doing me no favor. Well, hold on, because I wasn't running the station at that time. We could easily have Zoe come in here. He ain't doing me no favor. CK?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm loving your show. I was listening to your soliloquy, and then I called after I heard your soliloquy.
Oh,
I'm about to say it to my face. Remember that chapter, Say It to My Face on the afternoon experiment?
I don't.
You said out of your mouth, most people think that you won't say it to their face. You said that was your actual thoughts, right?
Yes.
Okay. You're on the song, E-Man. This is facts. Because most people, you got to understand, sir, most people, they will not tell you how they truly feel because they are talking a lot about you behind your back. So, but they don't feel comfortable telling you what they're saying about you behind your back because they're talking behind your back, trying to destroy your character.
I
Do
think
you
that does
understand?
happen a lot. I think that does happen a lot. Now, I'm not one who does it. Of course, I'm one of those people. I say, of course, like everybody knows this, but I'm one of those
Yeah.
people that if I say it, if I'll say it behind your back, I'll say it to your face. More than likely, I've said it to your face, and that's why I'm saying it when you. That's why I'm so comfortable saying it when you're not here, because I'm quick to tell you. I ain't saying nothing new. I've said all of this directly to his face because I believe people should be honest with people. Like you don't have to be. I never even perceived when I was talking, say to Chief James. Somebody kept asking me, "Who are you talking about?"
Chief
Chief
James
James
Craig.
Craig. I didn't. I felt like I was being very respectful
Yeah,
to Chief
you
Craig
are.
by, number one, waiting for his show to be over and then come in and do my show and to comment on what he said. And like, I didn't call him names or anything like that. I just disagreed with the things that he said. And when he said things that I knew that he knew wasn't true, I said he was being dishonest when he said that. So I thought I was being respectful. And if you tell me to say it to your face, I don't have no problem saying to your face, you said this and you knew that wasn't true. That makes you a dishonest person. I know you to be a dishonest person, that means you're not trustworthy. And if you're not trustworthy, you're definitely not worthy of being the chief of police for the city of Cincinnati. So I don't look at that as talking behind somebody's back, but you're right. A lot of people do that.
Yes. And might I add, sir,
Yes, sir.
the superiority complex. I'm superior to those who hate me because they talk so much shit behind my back that they can't face me. So these people they will talk about me, even though they have children and I do not.
What?
So that speaks on your parent, and they will not answer the phone. So if you don't answer the phone but you would talk about CK, but you won't talk to CK, I'm superior because you can't handle the facts. I could talk like this. So the lies will be exposed if you talk to me directly.
Okay.
You will be exposed for who you really are, the enemy.
CK? I'm
Yes.
just curious. You don't have to say a name, but who are you talking about? I don't know who you're talking
Okay.
about. Because it sounds like you're
Okay.
talking about like some real life personal stuff that's
Yeah.
going on with you.
Is you ready? Is you ready?
I'm
about to
in.
give you want me to tell the truth, right? Not a lie.
That's
Because
right.
you know I don't like to lie. Okay. The Livingstons. Okay, it'd be like you beefing with the Livingstons, the male Livingston. It's my own people. So it's like your brother, your cousin. It's my last name.
Uh-huh.
I have been shut now. They my enemy. They have become the closest people to me. Have become my. It's hard to deal with. It's like a Bible verse. So the people that
Wait, hold
saved
on.
me,
What are they saying about you behind your back?
Oh, they outcasted me. They set up a. So first off, I was having problems. So me and my cousin got in a big argument because he was telling me I didn't pay my rent for like months. He was acting like it was COVID, and he was like, he had suggested not to pay the rent, and I went with his suggestion. But like you said, if you don't pay the rent 30 days later, you're getting evicted. Well, he was lying to me, talking about, well, you can stay in this. No, when so we was arguing. He said I had been staying somewhere for 6 months without paying rent, which is ridiculous. And we got into an argument. I cussed him out. But the other cousin that was there when I cussed him out, it's like he took the brunt of it too. It's like he didn't let us just handle it one-on-one. So he got involved and took a side. And they turned the whole family against me. See what I mean? Like if Nate turned, I don't even think he could do that, but that's what just think if Nate could turn your people against you.
Well,
I mean, his people too.
Well, I would say this. If Nate was saying, like, hey, you ain't paid rent for 6 months, I would just say, okay. Why am I going to argue about, but then that's just me. I'm one of those people who you can say whatever you want to say about me, especially if I know it ain't true. I'm not going to be arguing and whatnot.
This is hindsight, sir. I'm giving you what happened, the situation. I mean, you're right. If I can rewind it and go back, I would do what you're saying.
Yeah.
But no, we was drinking. Like you said, the alcohol, you don't drink. So y'all wouldn't have got into it. So we got into a heated, and then, you know how we do. Bitch ass nigga, you a bitch ass nigga, I whoop your ass, woo, woo. I hit him so hard that my other cousin, he took it like I was taking them. So they took it together. And when I left, they probably just came up like, yeah, we need to get rid of that. And so he sicked the older cousin on me, which I wasn't prepared for. Because, it always got to be somebody keeping peace. You know how you and Nate can get into it, but then everybody else is trying to get y'all back close together, right? In the family.
Sure.
I'm just talking about back in the day. Yeah. But no, in this situation, it was when they trying to, oh, yeah, we got E-Man. I ain't never liked his ass no way. Get him, E-Man. Or like if they, if it was they was going against you to get you out the family.
Yeah,
That's
I understand. I've been kicked out the family once or twice, so I understand.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, with your Livingston?
Huh?
With the Livingston?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was real.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I got kicked out the family once or twice.
What my problem is, my reactions, my retaliation is too far. I don't know how to handle betrayal, so I go all the way. I don't know how you handle it, but I go too far. I don't know. I go. It's like you're an enemy. Like me and you done got into it. You see it, but I went all the way in on it, man. On a murder gang, almost. So I don't know, man. I had to tell you, man. So what you think? Can I repair it, or am I too old in life? We just gotta walk away?
You can always repair it, hopefully. If you just gotta approach it the right way.
Okay. Yeah, but this is all we're talking about is. It wouldn't have never happened if me and you could never go through this because we not scared to talk to each other. See what I'm saying? If you cut me off or I cut you off, then the problem starts. But as long as we have a connection, how can we have a beef, right? Because we could always work. That's how the beef starts, is the cutoffs. See what I mean? You use it's manipulation. You just say something so you can cut the person off. Was you cut off like that? How did they cut you off?
I was told I wasn't in the family no more.
And they let you back in?
Yes. I don't know how. I don't know who advocated for me, but yeah, somehow I got back in the family.
Was it a crime? Was you guilty of a crime?
No. I think one of the elders spoke up and said, hey, no, he's still a part of the family. And so that was that.
So what the fuck kind of elders do we have if nobody gonna speak up? Don't that speak on your fucking family and how fucked up they is? At least your family good enough where the elders ain't fucked up like the young people. At least that's what I'm saying. That's a real family.
Well, but I wasn't trying to murder nobody though, so that probably make a difference.
No, listen, sir. When betrayal, you don't know what the fuck. You just told me if you caught somebody in your house fucking this shit, you gonna be ready to kill something. So I'm saying you don't know what betrayal gonna put in your mind. So stop talking like you. What betrayal? Have you been betrayed? Have they betrayed you?
Of course, I've been betrayed. Who hasn't been
by
betrayed?
By your own family.
Yes.
Your family betrayed you. How did they betray you, sir?
But for real, who hasn't been betrayed by their family? It still didn't make me want to murder nobody.
Hold on. You've been betrayed as a grown man in your 40s by your own family.
Yes.
I don't think that's true. How have you been betrayed?
Well, I don't really want to say.
Back on you? That's what I'm saying.
I don't really want to say.
When they stop fucking with you, were they like, oh no, they lied on you? Your own family lied on you?
Did they?
In your
No,
40s?
they didn't lie on me. Nobody lied on me. I got kicked out the family, basically because of a disagreement. And I was pronounced no longer a part of the family. But, that only lasted for a few years.
Okay, but the murder game comes from the lies. Certain lies you can get killed over. You
But
understand that, right?
I'm
You can't just be saying anything.
but can I be honest with you?
Uh-huh.
I halfway don't even know what we talking about anymore. Like, what are we talking about?
Listen, sir, from the beginning. You get distracted from the comments, E-Man. Remember how we came into this. How did this start? It was your words. It was your words.
I have no idea. How did it start?
It was about, listen, we're talking about people not being able to say what is on their mind to another person. You use cutoff techniques because you don't want to work out the situation, sir. I'm talking about you don't cut people off. You cut people off because you don't want to work out a solution. You don't want a solution, right? I'm just trying to tell you, if me and you have communication, we could always fix whatever problem we have.
Yes.
Remember, you said I could tell you what's going on in the face. So you're saying these situations, they lead to murder and homicide because you cut people off and you don't know how they will react. You leaving these people off where they, you the closest person to this person, and you rejecting them, you betraying them. So you don't know how people react to betrayal, and it leads to homicides and prison time.
Well, let's do this though. Okay, so let's do this. So you're gonna fix it, right?
No, it's already fixed. I had to walk away. You got to pray to God.
No. I'm saying you're gonna repair. You're gonna repair that relationship, and fix it that way, right?
Oh, that's tough. Can you prepare if your wife been out here selling her vagina and then y'all want to fix it? Ain't it over? It's just pretty much over. Like, oh, I know who she is now. I never knew she was a prostitute before. So now that I'm aware who my cousins really are, it's kind of hard to fix a reputation like that. Like you said, once you find out that your wife is a whore that been in the streets, you might don't want to get back with her. That type of situation. It's hard. I mean, how do you feel? Can we prepare it?
I don't know.
Because the character, sir, how do you want to get back with these people once? Because you didn't know they was that type of character until they betrayed you, sir. You thought they were someone else, right?
I'm not sure.
Come on, E-Man. Why you?
Because at this point,
at
this point, I truly don't know what we're talking about. And all I can say is, I hope everything works out well for everyone involved.
You have to understand you've been doing a great service, and I do appreciate what you're doing. I know you don't look at this as therapy, but I do. Me and you are two different people, and my opinion counts just like yours, sir.
Yes, it does.
So your therapy has helped me continue to live when I could have died. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank your family. God bless.
All right. Have a great evening.
Yes, sir. You too, sir.
All right. That was CK. Not 100% sure how we got there. But we did, and ain't nothing you can do about it. 513-717-KING. It's because I'm the king of talk. For anybody who did not know that. I don't flaunt it. I don't wear my crown and stuff, but that's why the number is 717-KING, because I am the king of talk. And those numbers are 5464. 5464. Oh, all right. What else is going on? I don't really know. I'm still slightly confused. But I know there's some other stuff going on. I don't really want to talk about Trump. I mean, I think, Trump is, we all know what he is, who he is, and those people who voted for him, they still not letting this Epstein thing go. Which I'm surprised by, but we'll see how that all shakes out. Ken says, Emanuel, a few years, that was pretty serious, man. Sometimes things happen. I would rather not get into it. I'm back. And we just leave it at that. You watching the NFL this season? No, I am not. Did they get a black owner? Somebody black bought one of the teams and they're the majority owner of a team? If that happened, then yeah, I'm back. Colin Kaepernick got signed to an NFL team. If that happened, I'm back. I don't think either of those things happened. So, yeah, no, I'm not back. Let's go to the phones. Brent.
Hey, what's going on, E-Man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. Got three things I want to hit on. We'll start with the easy one first. There's three groups of folks I don't get the benefit of the doubt to. That's white folks, that's them polices, and MAGA black folks. You don't get the benefit of the doubt because you have proven yourself to be low down and dirty, and that you will do anything in order to maintain, at least the first two, that level of power and control that you have. So whenever I hear them in interviews or even, say things, I take it with a grain of salt. I got to verify it for myself, whether it's, the narratives they give once they, rush out there to, like you said, manipulate and control the narrative. I just can't do it. Let me see the information for myself. And if we don't have the fourth one in there, we can add the Samoans because they can't be trusted. But we'll talk about them when it comes to the to the wrestling report. Oh man, Lincoln was killing me today, and I'm gonna call him tomorrow and let him know he was killing me.
I only got a chance to listen to a few minutes of Lincoln Ware today. What nonsense did he say?
Lincoln has said that Jasmine Crockett is in hiding. And I was like, no, she's not in hiding. She was on all the Sunday shows and everything. He's like, oh, well, no. Well, Greg Abbott issued arrest warrants for the Texas Democrats. I was like, oh, good Lord. Lincoln doesn't understand the difference between a Texas state representative and a U.S. representative, which Jasmine Crockett is.
He's not a smart man.
But he in his mind, he thinks that Jasmine Crockett is in hiding because Greg Abbott, which is really not Greg Abbott, it's the Speaker of the House, who issues this civil warrant that is only valid within the state of Texas. That's why the representatives went to Illinois, Massachusetts, and I think they're in New York City.
And he probably thinks Greg Abbott is that dude that sang "Shake You Down" too.
Hey, with them green eyes and that wavy hair, oh yeah. Yeah, but I'm like, oh my goodness, stop reading the headlines and actually read the story. So yes, I'm gonna call and talk about him with that one. Yeah, what else? Oh, well, that's about it. We'll jump right into it, LaDonna. It's time for the wrestling report.
All right.
And this is SummerSlam edition, 2 days. And for folks who watched NFL football, which is everybody, it seemed like, except for you, it was held at MetLife Stadium, which is where the Giants and the Jets play. So 2 nights, total attendance, I think they said for both nights combined, like 117,000, we'll just call it.
Yeah.
So the WWE is making money hand over fist. They had the green shirt guy who's at practically all the events. Did you happen to see the black yellow shirt guy who was there at both nights
I
and
think
included
so.
Raw?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, he was like looking at the screen off to the left hand side. I was like, okay, you could have came up with your own thing, but oh well. You know, you got the money to have ringside seats for both nights. You want to be seen. That's the way to be seen. Is look like the white man. But let's see. Let's just hit on a few of the matches because the night one I thought was really bad, except for the ending. Night two was better, and then they stunk it up. So, what happened night one? Night one, Naomi, she retained in a three-way match, and it was nice that her dad played guitar, escorting her out to the ring. So that was nice.
Yes.
Nice session they gave the background because I'm like, who is that dude? I don't recognize him. Did you see their little segment they did afterwards? After she won the match as a backstage segment?
I did.
Okay, well, after the match backstage segment, her dad is sitting there just, picking up the guitar, and she was like, man, rough night. And Dad said, hey, well, you're still champ. And she was like, that's right. Let's get out of here, Dad. And then, so they went ahead. Now she had like a briefcase that's like a scooter.
I thought that happened before the match. Okay, I did see that.
Yeah, that was after the match.
Okay.
And then she had a, oh goodness, I'm guessing it's a Twitter message to where essentially she disowned her dad for taking a picture with the ops. So apparently he took some pictures backstage that she didn't like. So, she's staying in character, which I always like when they go that extra step, or even their own father, they kick out of the group.
You can't beat that.
Yeah. But the main event, what was the main event? Night one. CM Punk versus Gunther, which CM Punk won. And man, when Gunther loses, they make him just look like they make him look like a jobber, which I don't particularly like.
I didn't think he looked like a jobber. When he gets on that losing roll, he's bumbling, stumbling, and then he got caught with a couple of go to sleep. Yeah, but I thought, the fact that, he was so-called busted open and it took a few moves. I think you can lose and not be made to look like a jobber. I think that was the case.
Oh, well, difference in opinion. That's cool. But CM Punk wins, first time in 20 years he won the belt, and then Seth Rollins' music hits. He comes out there on crutches and a knee brace, and I was like, good. They brought him out here to keep him in everyone's eye, and then he walks away, and then he drops the crutches. Then I was like, oh damn, we talked about this.
Yeah, I was about to say you didn't know that was the rumor.
Yeah, I heard that it was the rumor, but I was like, nah, it's not really true. But it was good the way he came, dropped the crutches, took off the brace, and went in there and beat CM Punk about the head and shoulders and won the belt. So I think that was great.
Yeah, I liked that. I did.
Yeah, two of the best cash-ins of all time have been by Seth Rollins. So.
Yes. Hold on. Dina wants to know what's a jobber. A jobber is a wrestler whose job it is to lose.
Yeah.
And you don't really respect them in terms of, when they come in the ring, they're going to lose. Like they don't win. It's their job to lose. That's why they're called jobbers.
To put it in political terms, when Ben Carson and cousin Tim Scott and Vivek Ramaswamy and Michelle Bachmann and folks like that enter into saying they're going to run for president, everybody and their mama know they're losing. So their job is to say all the crap that the top folks can't say in order to put them over eventually, because they're, that's their job. And unfortunately for Tim Scott, his prize was a white woman that he didn't want to marry. So, but yeah. You know it's true. You know it's true.
It's
He
true.
want a white woman, a black woman. He didn't want no woman.
Yes.
And it's okay. If that's how he rolls, that's how he rolls. But oh my goodness. But yeah, but they showed the racist Hulk Hogan vignettes. And, mixed crowd reactions. And then they showed Nick Hogan's son, Nick Hogan, which is Hulk Hogan's son, which I didn't realize that's the son that was drunk, got in a car accident, and killed somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they are actively, good Lord, propping up folks, because Brooke wasn't going to come, his daughter wasn't going to come. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's just horrible.
I'm going to tell you this. If I see one more Hulk Hogan tribute, I'm out. I will not be watching WWE no more. Just period. I'm out.
So if that happens, what will bring you back to WWE? Just like with Colin Kaepernick.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So they did that, and it's just ridiculous. Oh, and then they showed Triple H at the White House with Donald Trump and Lawrence Taylor, of all people. About the whole council on fitness or whatever. And both of them jokers are old, and one of them is a convicted he was, he bought some, supposedly bought some underage, pie, we'll just call it.
He was set up like a mother blank. That's what he said.
Yeah, but he is not all there, and he even said, "I don't even know why I'm here, but I'll do the best I can." I guess he did a Herschel Walker. I guess when you get hit in the head so many times, you only have a few lines that you remember to say. So that was just absolutely hilarious. But night 2, we get all the way to the end, and I missed it. John Cena turned back face over 2 episodes of SmackDown that I missed.
Yeah, it really was just one episode apparently, because the last episode that I saw was, what's his name, Cody Rhodes beating down and made him sign the contract, and then I missed an episode, and then I come back and they like, hey, he's a face, and I'm like, what? How?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, exactly. And all this time, he had been pasty white, and I guess Cody Rhodes beat some color into him. I don't know what it was. And also, you see that big old bald spot on the top of his head was gone, too. So, he was back to the hustle, loyalty, respect, and flow, and whoop that trick, and all that other good stuff. But Cody Rhodes won, which he should have won. But then Brock Lesnar's music hits, which I'm like, are they really going there?
Same here.
And for those of you who don't know, Brock Lesnar is named in a lawsuit against Vince McMahon for being one of the many men that Vince passed around an employee to so they could get their rocks off. So he is still potentially, going to be, I think, at least sued civilly, if not. Well, I don't know. Was that a criminal? Yeah, that's a criminal case, isn't it? Or is it a civil case?
I think it's a civil case. I think, they were investigating them on the criminal case, but they decided to not file charges or whatever. So now the civil case can move forward.
Yeah, and which is just crazy because normally when you even get accused of stuff like that, they disown you, disavow you. Everyone from Velveteen Dream to Odyssey Jones, who was supposed to be the 3rd member of the New Day, and both of them wound up being innocent, and they still haven't been re-signed.
And she was given to him, if I recall, as a bargaining chip, right?
Yeah. I tell you, that is crazy.
Oh, and just in case y'all wondering, there was a woman that worked there that alleges that Vince McMahon was doing all types of bad stuff to her. And Brock Lesnar, was he due to re-sign a contract or something? Or were they trying to woo him back? And Vince McMahon allegedly was like, well, while you think about it, here, why don't you have sex with this girl? And kind of made her have sex with Brock Lesnar, or at least, according to the allegation, had her have sex with Brock Lesnar as a bargaining chip to get him to sign a contract.
Yeah, but allegedly she went along with it. But I guess to put it in, stuff we know, everyone knows about, the whole Cassie and Diddy thing. So, with Cassie, she did it but didn't want to do it, but she did it. And that's the same way with this woman. But I don't know if there's any, assault and everything else going on. And goodness, don't know if there are any free calls. They haven't said anything about that from that standpoint. But yeah, so they didn't have a press conference afterwards. And that was probably smart of Triple H not to have a press conference, because, the questions were going to come from every angle about why bring him back. And from what I've heard, it was because John Cena wanted to wrestle Brock Lesnar one more time, which you're supposed to tell him, bruh, he's in a lawsuit. We can't bring him back. He should be radioactive.
Yeah.
But the last thing I want to bring up for Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins reveals the plan, and he, introduces the future, which is Braun Breaker, which is Baby Boy, and then what's the other guy's name? Oh goodness, why do I always forget his name?
Big Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed, yes. Did you see what he was wearing around his neck?
Yes. The Shula Fala.
He was wearing, the Shula Fala. He was wearing the shoes of, what's his name shoes?
The Romans.
Shoes, which was just absolutely hilarious and made it more hilarious. But after that, I fell asleep, woke up at the end, and Roman Reigns is in the ring, beat up, and Bronson Reed had Roman Reigns Jordans. So I guess he's going to start wearing them around his neck.
Yes.
I was like, that was just absolutely hilarious. I love them doing little stuff like that that just makes it even more entertaining.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
That was funny.
But I can't remember anything else because I fell asleep for Monday night. But that's all I got for today. If I think of something, I'll call later on. And always, LaDonna, if I forgot something, please feel free to call in and fill in any gaps in my information.
Brent, hey, I appreciate your call. And don't forget to call your boy and let him know that he's wrong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the family reunion just real quick. Thank you for the Facebook Live information. Unfortunately, things got so busy, I didn't even get the Facebook Live started. So,
yeah, you told us that.
Maybe next time if we. Oh, I did. Okay,
you did.
Okay,
you
I
did.
Totally forgot then.
Yeah,
but maybe next time if other family members step up and do what they're supposed to do, I don't have to do a 50-11 task. So, but you and your family excommunicado you?
It happened.
So how did you get back in the family? Did you have to give up a ring finger?
No, somebody advocated for me. Somebody advocated for me. You can't beat that. You're breaking up really bad.
Yeah, your best friend missed out the chance, something like that. Okay, that's bullshit. That's always preferred.
We can't understand the word you're saying.
Oh, what? Well, have a good one.
All right, Brent. All right, that was Brent. He started breaking up there at the end. I know y'all don't like the wrestling report, but I like wrestling. But again, if they do one more Hulk Hogan tribute, I'm out. And I've been watching wrestling since I was a little bitty kid. I will quit watching WWE. It's other promotions to watch. Seen any good First Amendment audits? No, I haven't. I mean, I think I have. But I nothing that really just jumps out at me where I'm like, yeah. Nothing that really just jumps out at me. All right. Hey, y'all, I gotta get ready to get out of here. Oh, hold on. I got somebody calling in. Caller?
Hey, Emmanuel, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm pleasant, per usual. Go by the name of Edsel. Edsel Rothstein, my given name. How are you?
I'm still doing good.
I was listening to your last caller, and I find you to be somewhat inconsistent.
Oh.
Yeah, you talk about little Arnold Jackson, a.k.a. Colin Kaepernick. You talk about the NFL being racist, but you love wrestling, which is based in racism.
I like wrestling, yes.
And wrestling got hot through racism. You know, always going back to Tony Atlas being portrayed as a big dumb N-word. You know, all the racist tropes. You know, from what's his name? What was Thea Vidal's son on wrestling name?
Who?
What was that guy's name? Thea Vidal.
I don't know who that is.
That real heavy-set black woman with the long-ass fingernails. She's a comedian. She was like this wrestler's mother.
You're talking about Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, don't you hit my baby.
Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. You know that stuff.
You knew it too. I didn't even know who she was. So you knew it too.
Listen, I remember when I saw him. We were in the newsroom in New York, the Poughkeepsie Journal, and I was watching. I was like, oh my God, you know. And then they had some.
That sounded really sweet.
Because I was wondering, like, because I'm in a room full of white dudes.
Right, but the way you said, "Oh my God," sounded, you know.
Well, yeah, I had to, I had to code switch because I was at work. I couldn't say what the fuck.
Why not?
Is that better?
But you could have. I mean, even if you was gonna say, "Oh my God," you could have been like, "Oh my God," but you was like, "Oh my God," you know. I'm just saying the way you said it sounded a little sweet. It caught me off guard.
Well, sometimes, sometimes at work, I gotta, take the edge off.
Okay.
You understand me? But yeah, just all that racist stuff, even, other ethnicities. That's all wrestling does. It was built in the South, and you love that stuff. I just find it perplexing that you would watch that type of racism, but you think the NFL is racist.
Okay.
Again, we're human. All humans are contradictory in nature and conflicting.
You hear I'm not making no excuses for it. I understand that, from time to time, there are things that I do that may or may not be consistent. But, it is what it is.
I don't want to hear no more insults about the NFL being racist because you like monkey-ass racist wrestling.
Well, they're totally different.
I don't see that at all.
Okay.
For real, WWE has never had a black like superstar.
Oh, that's not true.
Hulk Hogan, John Cena, Stone
The Rock.
Cold. Is The Rock really black?
His daddy black.
We just call him black.
His daddy black.
Oh, so that's enough? I thought black was more of a mind state than just a phenotype.
Hey, he was in the Nation of Domination, bro. You say what you want to say. He was in the Nation of Domination wearing the red, black, and the green with a fist up in the air the whole nine. The Rock is black.
Well, there you go again. The Nation of Domination based on the Nation of Islam, the The only outspoken member of the Nation of Islam was dark skinned, and he's dead.
It was not based on the Nation of Islam.
I think it was like kind of an allegory to it.
I mean, the name might have been a
don't
little
be
bit of a
obtuse.
play on it, but
Don't be obtuse. Don't do that. Come on. Why are you behaving like this on a Tuesday evening?
Look, I'm not here to say that WWE is either racially neutral or that they really celebrate black people, because they don't. But I'm just, you said they didn't have no black superstars, and that's just not true.
Megastars.
That's just not true. The Rock is a megastar.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. The Rock is, I don't consider him black.
Why not?
You know, his hair ain't peasy at all.
Why you don't consider him black because he's a megastar?
No, I don't consider him black because he's not.
He is.
He's Samoan. He's
black.
Samoan.
He's black.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. You win. You know, you want to make him black.
I didn't make him
fine.
black. His daddy made him black.
We all need heroes. I understand he's your hero.
He's not my hero. I'm not even really a fan of his at all. But you just said that.
I mean, we could talk about that all day till the cows come home.
If you say something wrong,
the reason I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying if you say something wrong, I'm probably gonna, just say that's not true. And
yeah, you're supposed to correct me on anything that you say that you disagree with, but I don't think I'm wrong. However, I don't understand all the uproar over Holly getting damn near half $1,000,000 from that incident. That was very painful to see, like a grown ass man cold cocking a woman like that. Like the minute that happened, that was just like she gonna get paid.
Have you recovered yet?
What you mean have I recovered yet?
Don't
play me like that.
From seeing that, have you recovered?
Yeah, I recovered. It was just like, damn, like, dude, from where I sit, dude was the dude who punched that woman. He's the one that made it made the story that national outcry it has been. The national story it was. If he doesn't punch that woman like that, he doesn't punch her at all, then it's just a simple World Star Fight video. No harm, no foul. Ain't nobody filing charges, nothing like that. Everybody's going about their business. But when you see a woman stretched out like she at Gar Funeral Home, Cincinnati in particular is going to react.
I think Cincinnati only going to react because she's white. I think if she would have been a black woman and he did the exact same thing, people would have looked at it and said, oh, man, that's terrible. He shouldn't have did that. And that would have been the end of it. I think people like yourself are only reacting the way that you are reacting because she was white.
No, because we reacted the same way. We reacted the same way over Nico and his mom. Or Nilo and his mom.
They got murdered. That's totally different than some black chick out in the streets and there's a video of her getting punched and knocked out. You wouldn't have been posting her on your Facebook page shedding crocodile tears.
Ain't nobody finna hit a black woman like that in public because she gonna usually have brothers or somebody that's gonna get at dude.
That's not true. If you go watch fight videos, black women get punched and knocked out by black men all the time. Yes.
Actually, you're right. I did just see a video. Some woman tried to go in some black dude's pocket and he hit her with about an 8-piece combo. And then what happened? 4 dudes came out of nowhere and snatched him up. Like, what's all that for? I didn't see that. They didn't show him get scuffled, but like they put hands. They snatched him up. They yoked him up real good, real quick.
I've seen videos of black women get knocked out and nobody did anything. Actually, I've seen videos of black women be assaulted and people either mock them or make fun of them, which is kind of the same thing, and blame them. So it's not that a woman got knocked out by a man. It's that a white woman got knocked out by a black man. That's what's got you crying crocodile tears, talking about, are
I'm not
I
crying
black?
crocodile. I'm not crying crocodile tears. I'm just, I'm just cutting. What they like to say. I'm chewing the fish and spitting out the bones. At the end of the day, if dude doesn't crack that woman like that, I mean, he cold socked her like he was hitting a grown 6'3", 300-pound man. If he doesn't do that, this is a whole different story.
But again, if he doesn't do that, I agree with you. If he doesn't do that, it's a whole different story. But if he does that to a black woman, it's a whole different story. You not posting that black woman's picture on your page talking about we got a black eye.
I don't know why you try.
Because you know it's true. You
No,
know it's true.
no, I was just posting like, damn, like that's what One Punch did. You know what I'm saying? That's why I posted. I thought it was sensational. You know, I'm the news here. You know, I like to post sensational shit.
Okay.
You understand me? I just don't. You know, and her getting nearly $500,000 to this point, I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised
it
by that
doesn't
either.
surprise me at all.
And I don't have any ill will towards that lady. Again, my whole thing is, in particular women, but really everybody, but women in particular, if a street brawl is going on, get out the way.
Yeah, keep your ass, get out the way. Start calling for help. You know, and I like how Iris said that. Maybe she was on Lincoln earlier this week, or Mr. Linky's show. She said that, like, I want to talk about our behavior a little bit. Like, when things like that are going out, we don't need to be pulling out our camera phones recording. We need to call police. And she was right. I'm glad she called out the community for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I just and I'm sure there's a guy's gonna call in. He likes to try to follow me along the podcast and whatnot, and basically, I'm pretty sure his knees hurt the way he be on my joint. But bruh, Coping Park, any park you want, let me know, because we're not going to trade barbs on the radio, on the podcast. We like DMX say, we're going to get to the bottom of this shit if it takes all night. I don't do that. Sit here and talk with people and trade insults over the radio. Let's just go ahead and mix it up and handle it there. It be our business. If you whip me, go ahead. If I whip you, it is what it is. I ain't going to tell nobody. But we're not going to do that.
I thought y'all would just
I'm
go
not
to the old spaghetti factory and have a meal.
Oh, we passed that. We passed anything that could be salvaged like that. Like, it's either we gonna scrap or we not talking.
Okay. I don't know who you're talking about.
I told you. I done already hood Googled the dude. I know somebody that know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't. I heard he was according to, from what I understand, he's a voluptuous nigga, fat ass and wide hips. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, like I'm not that dude. I'm telling you, I'm not him. I'm not 86 Mike Tyson, but I'll whoop your ass.
Y'all sound the same.
Call
just
me gay
so
or punk one more time. Call me gay or punk one more time, and I promise I'll be at your front door. Oh!
All right. That's babe. I'm going to assume he's talking about Blade. Oh. They kind of sound similar. Oh. I thought he was talking about Twin initially. I don't know why. I just did. But clearly he's talking about Blade because y'all say, I've never seen the brother, because y'all say he got lady hips. So. I don't know what is wrong with people. Plus, I think he live in like Madisonville or something like that. But no, twin, I'm saying I thought he was talking about you initially, but then when he said the hips, I knew who he was talking about. I don't know that much your hips either. Just for the record, I don't be looking at dudes' hips. Just for the record. All right. I think that's about it, y'all. Y'all, anybody got anything else? Anybody got anything else? Right. When he said voluptuous, everybody knew who he was talking about. And I don't know who started that rumor. Ken say I just do a show, man. I just do a show. Oh, it was Raven, apparently, who said the Blade has childbearing hips. Okay. I don't know him. I've never met him, never seen him, and I don't want no problems with nobody. I don't want no problems with nobody. Let me see. Did I watch Ice Cube's new movie on Prime? I didn't. I heard it was terrible. Like, it was shot, my understanding is it was shot in 2020 during the, what y'all experienced as the lockdowns and all of that stuff. So that's why it was shot that way, and really, and again, I didn't see it. This is just what I'm hearing. It was shot that way because, they couldn't be in the same room because they was doing all of that separating and stuff. So, yeah, they shot in 2020 and just released it now. But I heard it was terrible. But that's what I heard. That's what I heard. But no, I haven't seen it. I haven't watched since that gay episode of Pop the Balloon on Netflix. I haven't watched an episode, so I don't know if it got better, if it got worse, or whatever. I was out at the gay episode. I do still watch the regular Pop the Balloon, and I'm last few been okay. Last few been okay. What else have I been watching? Mrs. Livingston got me watching. I say she got me watching. I watch it with her. She watched like the first 5 seasons, and now we watch the show Ready to Love. And it's almost like a train wreck. But you gotta, once you get into it, you watch it. So, it is what it is. Shahira say, why did they say it was terrible? Because of the way it was shot or anything else? They said that it was terrible because of all of the way it was shot, the acting, the story, with it being a take on War of the Worlds, that it really had nothing to do with War of the Worlds. And just that it was badly shot, directed, acted, and all of that kind of stuff. There were a whole lot of the few reviews that I watched. There were a number of different criticisms of the movie. I might still check it out just because, I got Amazon, so if I get some time, I might watch it. I never watched the first. Lewis Talbert says, have you watched the new season of Twisted Metal? I never watched the first season of Twisted Metal. So, no, I didn't watch it. Mrs. Livingston watched it. It didn't appeal to me, so I didn't watch it. Jerica says there was a gay episode, male or female or trans. It was just random people up there, and I guess they could pick anybody. I didn't even watch the whole episode. I just know there were males and females up there, and I don't even remember who came out first, but in theory, they could either walk off with a man or a woman, and it would have been okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm out. I'm out. And I never went back. Excuse me. So, yeah, it was both. Jerica says she loved Ready to Love. We just got finished with, I don't remember the numbers. I want to say the first. I think it's the first Miami season. So I watched the first Miami season, the DC season, and the Potomac season. DC, Potomac, and Miami. And now we're watching the second Miami season. Daryl says, I didn't think it was terrible. Ice Cube looked thin in that movie, so it makes sense it was shot in 2020. Yeah. Sierra said, you watched reviews, but not the movie. I skimmed through reviews. Sure. I skimmed through reviews. So the show went woke, if you want to call it that. It went blank for me because I said, I'm out. I don't want to watch that. They can have it. They can be that. They can do that. I don't want to watch that. So I didn't. Sean say, what about Denzel new movie? What new movie Denzel got? I haven't seen anything about it. Let me know. Let me know. Dina says, I love that show. Talking about Ready to Love. My take on it is nobody on there is there looking for love. Everybody's there looking to become a reality TV star. Everybody's there looking to become a reality TV star. And I think it kind of shows that that's what they're there for. Like, even the ones who match and like, oh, we get married. Because I think one of the couple from the Potomac season, the singer who went to Mexico and the other guy, I think they got married or something. But I think they got married because there's another reality show about married life or something like that. And they're on that show. So everybody realizes, hey, I can get on these shows, and if I'm, the mean guy, or the mean girl, or, the whatever, then maybe I can, get a little bit of fame or whatever, and then I'll end up in another reality show, and then another reality show, and then another reality show. So yeah, nobody's on there, in my opinion, looking for actual love. So I watch it more as kind of non-scripted entertainment. Tanika says, no spoilers. Oh, I'm sorry. It's so old. Because I think it's like 5 or 6 seasons ago or whatever. So it's so old. I just figured anybody who was into it would have already watched it. But I don't think I gave a whole lot away. Because on all of these shows, it's a professional singer. Was that the lawyer, light-skinned lady? I'm not sure who you're talking about. I've not seen Ray J's interview with Cam Newton. Terry say, right, so they can get a spinoff. Right. Flavor Flav had like 5 reality show spinoffs. Right. And I think they really did learn from that. Like, what's her name? New York, Tiffany, whatever her name is. I saw something. I don't know if it was an actual story or if it was one of those ads, but they was talking about her net worth. I didn't read it because I don't care. But her and what's her name? Omarosa. Like, there's money in the whole reality game. And Omarosa, parlayed hers to the White House, and then she married that dude and may or may not have killed him. I don't think she killed him, but maybe being around her wasn't good for his health, So, and then she get married again, a preacher or something. But you be in that world, you get to meet people. So even if you don't get, all your spinoffs, you can meet a rich dude and then marry that rich dude. So, yeah, it's an upside for him. So what? You might have to kiss some dudes that you don't actually want to kiss. But can I say this? And I say this again, I'm 54 years old. Oh, hold on, time out. I had to say happy birthday to my brother, Nate Livingston. Today is his birthday. I'm not going to say his age if he don't want me to say his age. He didn't say don't say it, but he didn't say it. Happy birthday, Nate. But I say this, I'm 54 years old. I have a 54-year record of staunch heterosexuality, unblemished. So I'm saying this as a heterosexual man. The people on Ready to Love, I don't know who do they makeup, but them women faces never match their bodies. I dated a woman who wore this makeup, and it looked like the same kind of makeup that she used to wear. Like, it's got like a green base. So the foundation is green, and then she put all of the colors on top of that. I'm not doing a good job of describing it, but it's like a green-based makeup. But every day when she would come home, she looked sick because the colors was wearing off. And so she just looked kind of green. Like, she would try to match it with her neck and all that kind of stuff. But I guess through the day, you know what I'm saying, you sweat. And, you know what I'm saying, you do whatever it is that you do, and the color wear off, and then you be looking great. And ladies, I can't speak for all men, typically. But I can tell you, this one, I'm speaking for all men. We don't like it when your face don't match your neck and the rest of your body, and it's all made up. And you look sick because the makeup don't match. And on Ready to Love, I be looking at them women like, who is doing their makeup? Like, they all look sick. None of their faces match their bodies. And it was like the first episode of the season that we watching now. It wasn't that bad. But then once we hit the second season, I was like, they look, yes, LaDonna, they look like death. They look like they about to die. And they be thinking they doing it too. And I'll be like, who is y'all makeup person? Like, y'all got, I mean, this is on, I don't know what it originally came on, but this is on OWN network. Oprah don't have enough money to give y'all to get a makeup artist who can match the makeup color with the neck. Okay, I think I'm done. I just wanted to say that. When I watch it, that's one of the things that jump out at me. Like, their makeup is terrible. All right. I gotta get ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all all hanging out with me. I do have homework to do tonight. And I don't want to be up until 1 o'clock in the morning again. This homework I should probably finish in about an hour. I should probably finish this in about an hour. Brenda said, that's why I never worn makeup. Only lipstick and occasionally black. And only lipstick occasionally. Black don't crack. All right. And somebody said, is that the name of the, hold on, what did they say? Mannequin, is that the name of the makeup? Latanya says the makeup oxidized, not a good product. Is that the name? Mannequin, is that the name of the makeup? That don't sound like a good makeup name. And oxidized don't sound like a good makeup name. Are y'all describing properties of the brand of makeup that I'm talking about? Or is that the actual name? Dana say not makeup, but Tyler Perry should be ashamed of himself for the wigs he uses in his movies. Okay, Latanya says no, it's a term. Okay. But yeah, eventually, like, because, you know, as a boyfriend, you try to, like, be supportive and all that kind of stuff. And the first time I saw it, I was like, maybe it's something wrong with me. Because she looked green. But, maybe it's me. I'm having an off day or whatever. And, didn't really think. And then I saw it a few days, and eventually I had to be like, yo, your face look green when you come home. Like your face don't match your neck. So yeah, it's not a good look for you. She was like, well, maybe I'm doing it wrong. And then I watched her do it and I was like, it's a whole green base. Why is the base green? Why? That don't make sense to me. It never made sense to me. Like, the base is green, and then you put everything on top of green, and then you surprised when you come home at the end of the day and you look green. So, I had to tell her. Eventually, I had to tell her. So, like, I know people are looking at you in the office like, let me stay away from her. She looks sick. I don't think she ever stopped wearing that makeup. After we broke up, I don't think she ever stopped wearing it. Linda says, I've not seen green base makeup. Somebody tell Linda, and I'm not saying that Linda is saying that I'm lying, but somebody tell Linda, number one, that I'm telling the truth, and number two, what kind of makeup it is. You were giving her pointers. I was just trying to help her. Look, if you my lady, right? You my woman. And you come in and you don't look great, like you look sick, ain't it my responsibility to tell you, like, that's not working for you? Other than just how you walking around here looking crazy, it's my response. I felt like, as her dude, it was my responsibility to tell her, like, that's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? When you walk out the house, you represent me, and you can't be like looking like that. Jerica say it's a concealer, but it's green. Why is the concealer green? I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about it. Concealer / color correctors come in different colors, but nobody's green. Why do they come in green? Nobody's green. I've never seen a green bitch ever in my life. And I just felt like if Mrs. Livingston walked out of here looking crazy, I would have to let her know. I would have to let her know. Because she won't, when I'm doing certain things, she let me know. Now, it's my decision whether or not I still want to do whatever that thing is. But she like, baby, that look crazy. You gonna wear that? You shouldn't wear that. And I'll be like, really? I think I'm looking fly. She'd be like, you're not. You shouldn't wear that. Shira said you really had to say the B word just then. Yes, I had to. It was mandatory. I don't say that stuff if it's not absolutely necessary. Oh. Diane says, I wear concealer at times. It's just a tad bit lighter than my skin tone. Okay. When you see the green stuff. I thought it was like a whole makeup system. But again, I don't. Jericho says it doesn't matter that it's green. It's under her foundation. You can't normally see it unless they put on too much. No, at the end of the day, like that stuff don't stay like smoking fresh. I don't even know if that's the term. That stuff don't stay fresh all day. You sweat. You know what I'm saying? It kind of wear down a little bit. Like put on some purple concealer and then put your foundation and stuff on top of it. And then just check on yourself, take every hour of the day, write down and take a picture of yourself in the mirror. Go to the bathroom at work, take a picture of yourself in the mirror. Like, all right. It's 11 o'clock. Noon. 1. 2. Come 5 o'clock, go home, pull up that phone and look at all of them. You're going to be like, I look like an eggplant. Like my face is starting to look like an eggplant. I didn't notice that the purple starts to show throughout the day. Was she light skinned? She was lighter. Shahira says, so when she puts it on in the morning, it looked okay. Then got bad at the end of the day. Yes. Sierra says, the green concealer is a color corrector. It didn't. It didn't correct the color. Towards the end of the day. Yeah, she looked like she was hulking out a little bit. Like, you know how when Bruce Banner, kind of first start to turn into the Hulk and you just see that little green. Yeah. All I'm saying is, from this perspective of the conversation, first, the Ready to Love people makeup be terrible. It don't match. And women, men, we don't like it when your face don't match with the rest of your body. Okay? We don't like that. Second, if you with me, you can walk out the house looking crazy, or you can walk in the house looking crazy, but I'm going to let you know if you're looking crazy. Because I would expect you to do the same thing for me. That's it. I know there's a lot of men who like, oh, I ain't tell my wife nothing about her makeup. I ain't gonna tell my girl nothing about her makeup. Blah, blah, blah. But if you look crazy, I'm gonna tell you, you look crazy. I'm gonna tell you, you look crazy. Just like I worked with a girl. I never knew what a lace front was. I genuinely didn't know. I didn't know. And I worked with this girl, and I could see the line, like it wasn't glued down real good. Or if they glue them. They glue them, don't they? It wasn't glued down real good. And I could kind of see the line and see like the little hair and whatnot. And I remember asking Jerry Tolliver, and Jerry thought I was trying to be funny, but I remember asking Jerry Tolliver, like, hey, she was like, what? I said, is that a lace front? And Jerry, again, she thought I was trying to be funny, and so she kind of started laughing. And, the girl wasn't directly in front of us, and so Jerry started laughing. And I was like, no, I'm serious. I don't know. And she was like, yes, that's a lace front. And I was like, oh, so that's what a lace front is. But her fiance at the time, how do you let your woman walk out the house with her lace front not all the way stuck down? I think that's irresponsible. Unless he told her and then she was like, ain't nobody gonna notice. And, whatever. Didn't Jerry wear a curly lace front? I don't know. Raven says, some women really do suffer from makeup blindness. A lot of black women fail because we are different shades throughout the season and our makeup has to change with our skin. Shannon says, lace front is a wig. Depending on the type of wig, you may or may not have to glue it down. I don't know all about that. All I know is I saw what I saw. But I genuinely, before that, I didn't know. I was used to, my grandmama used to wear a wig. She put on a wig when we went to church and all of that kind of stuff. And that was what I knew, of a wig. My mama used to wear wigs here and there. But, they was just put on the head. They put them on like a stocking cap or something. And they put on a wig. And it's like they wasn't even really trying to front like this is my real hair. It was like I'm wearing a wig today. Jenna said, just say, honey, you need to take some of that makeup off. You would look so much prettier without it. Or straighten up that wig. I don't really deal with that now. Mrs. Livingston is natural, and I love it. But no, I just told her, like, you're looking kind of green. It make you look a little sick. And it happens every day when you come home, you look green. And she'd go look in the mirror. I don't look green. Like, you really don't see that. You look green. I mean, I can see the green showing through. All right. That's about it. So you don't want to see lace, but you're also opposed to baby hair that hide the lace. You could just wear your natural hair. Just wear your natural hair. Don't relax it. Don't none of that. Rough and stuff with your Afro puffs. Fall like, wear your natural hair. But if you don't want to wear your natural hair, then, that is what it is. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, but slicking your hair down in patterns on the side of your face. I don't care what y'all say. That is not a good look. I was okay. You know what I'm saying? When, the girls or the women, you'd be about 30 years old. And you got the little edges and you take a little Vaseline or whatever and you kind of slick them down a little bit, comb them. They don't lay down flat, but, you got the little baby hair. I was always okay with that. Like, all right, she rocking, what I'm saying? She got the little baby hair slicked down. I was always okay with that. They going too far. They going too far and it bothers me. They going too far and it bothers me. You got your baby hair all the way down at your temple and then scoop back up and then down on the side of your face. It's touching your cheekbone. And that's too much. Pour that stuff into the ponytail. That's where it belongs. It's too long to be baby hair. If you just pull it all back into the ponytail and then what's left over, just slick it down a little bit. Derek has baby hair. I don't care what you say. That is your baby hair. You don't care what you say. Everybody know that that's what that is. That's the same hair that you had since you was a baby. Everybody know that. Don't be talking about them no edges. Oh. That is the same hair that you was born with. Michael Jackson hair was exactly how you described. Sometimes it was. Well, no, Michael Jackson never was quite that bad. He did do some stuff, but, Michael was a little on the fruity side, the weird stuff. He was an entertainer. That's different. If you're an entertainer, you do what entertainers do. You do what entertainers do. Daryl talking about Emanuel with a cone hairline giving beauty tips. Oh, I'm not. Maybe I am giving beauty tips. Hey, just because I have an unconventional hairline don't mean that I don't know what look good. Just because I can't grow it don't mean I don't know what look good. Just like fellas, stop paying them to put that white outline around your hairline. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. Nate was talking about that one day. He actually thought that was, the line from the Clippers from when they edge them up. No, they actually pay extra to get like an eyeliner pencil or whatever and draw in the hairline. They pay extra for that. Stop. And how he gonna have the nerve to ask me, you want the pencil? Man, look at my hairline. Hell no, I don't want that damn pencil. You just gonna highlight? You gonna highlight my shit? You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to draw all the way up there in a damn semicircle? Hell no, I don't want no damn pencil. You want the pencil? I look like with the pencil. Oh, I was mad. You gonna ask me, do I want the pencil? You see my hairline. You see it. Either you gonna draw it straight and everybody gonna look at me like, that ain't his hairline. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nowhere near his hairline. Everybody gonna see it. You can't fool people like that. There's no hair there. Where you gonna draw the hairline? Oh, you're going to draw it here and just straight across there. Like, that nigga, he ain't got no hair. Ain't no hair in there. I'm going to pay you extra to highlight my shit. No. No. You want the pencil? But, oh, boy. No, I don't want the damn pencil. I can't even remember what it was. It's only $10. Now I'm going to pay you $10 to draw me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I already told you I don't want the enhancements. Because what I look like painting the very front tip of my head. And what you gonna make all my hair black? Like, ain't nobody gonna notice. Like, yesterday, that nigga hair was white as a ghost. Today, I don't know what. He must have got some rats last night. Because, ooh, his hair is black. I've been out here too long with gray hair. What I look like getting enhancements. And now my hairline is perfectly crispy along the front with some fibers. No. And number one, ain't nobody falling for that. And then what, you go highlight it with a pencil? No. I don't want the enhancements, and I don't want the pencil. No. No, thank you. But no, for real, they do. They actually take an eyeliner pencil and draw in the hairline. Sometimes they draw it all along the beard and up along the mouth and, you know, down in this side of the beard and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be like, why? Why are y'all doing that? Why? Who told y'all that looked good? Why? And Nate talking about, oh, didn't they know that, you know, when you can wipe that white line off your head, they pay extra for the line. It's not white, by the way. It's like a cream color pencil. It's like a cream color pencil, like a, you know, like a white lady eyeliner or something. It's a cream color pen. I don't know if it's a white lady eyeliner, but like it's the color of white skin. It's a cream color pencil, and they pay extra to get that on. You go try to wipe that off. Oh, you'll be in a fight. You'll be in a fight. That's $10. You know what I'm saying? You ain't wiping that off. That's $10. Shannon say, what happened to the spray fibers? They still use them. They still use the spray fibers. But they don't fool nobody. Ain't nobody fool. For real, y'all. If I came here with black hair and a crispy hairline, full mustache. Y'all know my mustache don't grow in the middle. Full mustache. You know what I'm saying? The full beard with a chalk outline where my, you know, real hairline's supposed to be. I would quit doing the show if y'all didn't clown me. Twin say you don't pay extra. Yes, you do. Well, hold on. Maybe you don't. But at the barbershop that I was going to, yes, that was a part of the, he asked me, did you want enhancements? And I was like, no. And he was like, oh, I get you straight. I'm like, no, you won't get me straight. There is nothing, you not fooling nobody. No, thank you. And then after the hair cut, line up, because, you know, I just have them, what they call it, a ghost hairline. Like, you know what I'm saying, start it. I can't really see where I'm at, but like start it across and then just come across. You know what I'm saying? Just come across. It is what it is. The hairline is what it is. And then he gonna ask me, you want the pencil? Nigga, what the fuck I'm gonna do with that pencil? You know what I'm saying? That's what oh boy. Nat says they charge extra for enhancements where I go. Right. I don't know what deal you getting. Daryl say barbers charge over $100 for enhancements. I got a few barber friends, and that's the going rate. And they charge for the pencil. They charge extra for the white crayon hairline fake out. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They charge you extra for the pencil. I don't be making this stuff up, y'all. I promise y'all I don't. All right, I got to get ready to get out of here. I want everybody to enjoy the rest of the evening. Y'all know I'll be missing y'all when I'm not here. But just be patient. Some of these days I'm gonna have to take, because we started doing some coding, and I'm new to all of this stuff. So yeah, some of these days I'm gonna just have to not come on and do homework. And on them days, I'm not going to come on. I'm going to do my homework. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all patience. Shannon says it's called enhancements. Yes, it's called enhancements. That's what they call it. They have I know I said I was going. They have, y'all remember back in the 90s, like Belle Biv DeVoe? Y'all remember they used to airbrush their clothes? You know, you put designs on them and all that kind of stuff. Airbrushing, it's an actual thing. All of the barbers now, at least all the ones that I go to, they have a whole airbrush setup. And that's how they do the enhancements, with airbrushes. They don't use aerosol cans and all of that kind of stuff. They airbrush your head. They airbrush your head. So, yeah. And they call it enhancements. Jeannie says, where are you learning coding? I'm not actually learning. I'm taking a cybersecurity program. And as a part of the cybersecurity program, like we're writing code and, just enough to understand it, so that we could get in there and, if something's wrong, we recognize certain things. We're building virtual machines and just doing all kind of stuff that I never even imagined. And this is only week 3. So we doing all kind of stuff that I never imagined that I would be doing. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the program. I'm enjoying learning the program and all of that kind of stuff. Like I got to go and do, is it SQL today? We're building databases now. So my homework today is I have a few databases that I have to build in a Linux machine. So yeah, but that should take me about an hour. So yeah, it really is cool. It really is cool. All right, y'all, I gotta get out of here. I fear that I've said too much about the enhancements. Ignore everything I said. Just ignore everything I said. Yes, query language. Yes. So we were doing query language and we're building like I said, building databases. Basically, so we can build the databases so that we can search through the databases and learn how to use the query language. I know some of the terminology I'm using is wrong because we're just now getting into it. But I'm enjoying it. Yes, Janice, learning is exhilarating. And like I said, I am enjoying it. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I appreciate all of y'all for hanging out with me. Enjoy the rest of your evening. As always, be the reason that somebody smiles this evening. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.